house. Welcome to Rants and Raves, episode 5. This is the Empire Strikes Back of Rants and Raves, right? This is the Fast Five. Is that a good? Yeah, I don't care if you like those movies or not, I do. So I'm really excited to be back, to be here. I'm sorry it took so long off. Just had a lot of stuff going on. Putting work in a bunch of different projects right now. Try to balance everything out, and it turns out this is my first real time actually having to do that, between balancing an actual 9 to 5, doing my music on the side, my wife, my daughter, everything that's going on. We're having a family emergency. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but I would appreciate your prayer, your good thoughts. I also take checks, credit cards, and piggy banks, things like that. I will also accept your firstborn if he has no pimples or she has no pimples. But that's in the contract. You'll see it when I ask you to sign it in your own blood. You can now finally find me on Twitter, twitter.com/theillsmith. I'm also on Snapchat, and that's not going to be about the music. Maybe sometimes it will be, but for right now, this is just going to be about another hobby of mine, which is just movies, nerd stuff, things that people have been doing. But I figured, why not? It'd be a lot of fun. And me and my wife are starting a new blog together called Not the American Dream. Take a sneak peek at nottheamericandream.com. So I'm excited to be back. Episode 5. Well, let's get into it. Today I wanted to rant about 2 songs that I actually like. My spirit animal is Ellie Goulding. Everyone has like that artist that they don't want to admit that they kind of love a lot. For me, it's Ellie. The first time I actually heard Ellie Goulding's voice was on the Lupe Fiasco mixtape, A Friend of the People. I call it the Jesus album because the cover is basically just all black with the word Jesus on it. So on his Jesus mixtape, he has a song where he samples the song Lights and turns it into like this hip-hop / EDM kind of rap song. I had no idea who that was singing in the background because he basically sampled the entire first verse. He sped it up until it finally went into like the chorus and stuff like that. Like months and months later, I heard her on the radio. I was like, okay, whatever. Like I wasn't really feeling her pop stuff, her radio stuff. But then I actually heard the actual album, and there wasn't one song that I didn't love on that Lights album. She was, first of all, she was a lot more soulful than I thought I believed her to be. Because I heard on the radio, I was like, okay, it's just another generic pop singer, brings nothing special to the table. But in reality, she's actually a really good, beautiful singer. I just love the thickness of her accent when she sings, breathy lyrics. So she kind of has this bubbliness about her in that album, lyrically, musically. She's also very soulful. She has some killer ad-libs on that album. And then I started listening to her second album, Halcyon Days, or it's Halcyon, and then her remix album, her full album, her deluxe, whatever you want to call it, is called Halcyon Days. When you really, really listen to it over and over again, she kind of moves away from the kind of bubbly pop electronic sounds of her first album and dives deep into this really kind of almost psychological just depth. Tons of dark tribal drums, a lot of eerie repetitiveness. And actually one of the songs that I want to talk to you about today is the single. I think it's the first single from that album. It's not my favorite song on the album, but it is the single from the album, and it's probably the one that you guys are most familiar with. It's called Anything Can Happen. But I gotta be honest, dude, like, it's such a weird song for me to actually enjoy. It's not my typical type of joint. It's super basic, it's super generic as far as like pop, especially the first time you hear it. It just sounds boring, it sounds slow. You're like, when is this song actually gonna start? Then you listen to it a second and third time, before you know it, you've memorized every lyric and you're just in love with the song. And I love that song. Lyrically, it's pretty on point. I'm an MC, I'm all about the lyrics, I'm about words. I mean, she's got some wild lyrics that just really make you think. The imagery is just so powerful, stuff that even the music video doesn't really reflect. Like, the lyrics are just so powerful. She says stuff like, after the war, you said we'd fight together. I just thought that's what humans do, letting darkness grow. So it's just like, who is she talking about? Is she referencing an old boyfriend, a family member, a brother, maybe? And then of course the chorus is just, she's just saying, look, anything can happen, and that can mean a myriad of things. for the listener, depending on what their personal situation is at the time. And I think that's what Ellie Goulding was trying to accomplish. I think she was trying to say, look, anything's possible, good and bad. In the music video, it showcases her and her, I think, lover in a car accident. I think it's 2 music videos, and I think both videos depict a very violent car accident. But with this chorus that says that anything can happen, it's like, what does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? What does that make you think about? And I really believe, for me anyway, what I take away from the song anything can happen is that even out of tragedy, a situation can be used for good. I'm a Christian. I thoroughly believe that God uses even the most horrible events, even the worst choices that we humans make, that God can use that for good. Anything can happen, right? But it's just a really powerful song. Maybe this relationship can work, right? Maybe my boyfriend, husband will survive this trauma. Soldier comes home, has all that PTSD. Maybe he will make it. Maybe we'll make it through this together. Especially for all you entrepreneurs out there trying to start your own business online or elsewhere. Anything could happen, right? You didn't get the money that you were trying to get, you didn't make your ends meet, you couldn't pay rent this month. Look, anything can happen, Okay, sorry, I had to switch rooms right quick. Diana was not happy, and I had to go and help put her down. That's what life with a daughter is like. And this song is just really, there's just something really deep about it. Something really kind of even dark, even on the popular songs like the one I'm talking about right now, that I just vibe with, that I just really, really appreciate. And it's not as generic as it almost should be. The ways that the melody is so repetitive that it drills this anthem of curiosity, this anthem of positivity, this anthem of subjectivity into your mind, like anything can happen. You would think that would come with a package of low quality lyrics, when in reality they're actually beautiful. Check it out, recommended by yours truly. So All the Way Up, Terror Squad, featuring French Montana and Infrared, like whatever. This is the best worst song on the radio in my mind. Let me tell you why. Because the lyrics aren't even that clever. They're kind of whack. And French Montana. French Toast Montana literally brings nothing to the table. French Toast Montana. He's horrible, but I could actually tolerate him on this song because he's not trying to sing, for one thing. And his raps are decent. He just does the chord, nothing can stop me, and it's like, I can deal with French Toast Crunch when he's just doing that. And then of course Fat Joe and Remy Ma, like, welcome back, like, where have you guys been? Joey Crack, the Don, hasn't been around for a really, really long time, let alone on radio with a hit, And then Remy Ma, I thought she was dead or something. Like, I'm glad that she's back, and they're both looking healthy. Joe lost a lot of weight. Remy is maturing very, very well. She's aging very well. She doesn't look like she gained any years on her, that's what money does, I guess. But they're both looking good, they're both having fun. And they're both part of Terror Squad, so it feels like a subtle revival. I think the two of them are releasing an album together, not under the Terror Squad name, which is a huge collective, I think, founded or co-founded by Fat Joe, that had a lot of really dope rappers, especially in the 90s, including Big Punisher, may he rest in peace. It's just so cool to see these cats on the radio again, to see, their music video. It's like they never lost any of their years. Here's some of the bad things about it. One, the beat. Simple, and simple is good. As a producer, I'm learning that. Simplicity is not stupidity, right? It's not a lack of intelligence, both in melody or lyrics. It's not. It's just good. It is what it is. The reason why I don't like this song is because it is simple. Simple doesn't always mean good either, right? It's just super repetitive. It's super simple. Just that. And maybe that's all you need sometimes. But it's not captivating. And the content is simple. It's hip-hop. We don't always need to have this hyper psychological, sociological, common quality, or you don't have to have the new job as the Jedi mind tricks, the you know, the really raw rap. And that's okay. Again, it's fine that it has no substance. That's cool. You know? But all it is just a radio hit. And I feel like in a year it's gonna fizz out. This is just the first stepping stone to new things. I feel like this is the Batman Begins of you know, of this new revived career from Fat Joe and Remy Ma, or Remy Ma. You know, it's like, it's good. It's a really great start. It's better than what you left us last time. And we look forward to more. And hopefully the sequel, the next single, or the next album will be The Dark Knight of this revived career. I've always liked Fat Joe, Chunky Joseph. So to see him and Remy Ma back together at it, man, it's good. It's like nostalgia. It's like watching Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and you know, when Han finally retrieves the Millennium Falcon again, and you see him in the cockpit, just, you know, kind of observing and smiling, just like, I'm back home. Like, we've had some good times in this cockpit. You know, that's kind of what it feels like. It's just good for Joey Crack to be home, to know that he's back in the booth making some actual music, making good music too. Again, it's not piss poor quality, but it's not the greatest thing ever either. It's just a really good summer banger. You know, my complaints about it are few. It's not magical. The beat isn't magical. The beat isn't even like that raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I just heard the beat, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh, like this is my ride or die. No, it's not. Actually, it's just, you know, it's just a good song. It's a good song. It's not a terrible song, and it's not. I mean, I like Anything Can Happen more personally, and that's coming from a hip hop head, so that says something, right, about how I feel about it. But I'll keep listening to it. Again, you know, it probably won't be around for a really long time. I hope it's just a stepping stone for what, you know, Fat Joe has next, Remy Ma has next, you know, Terror Squad has next. And I'd like to see some stronger revival efforts on their part. I really hope that their album has a lot of good stuff to offer. It would suck if All the Way Up was the best song on the album, so I'm hoping for more. Anything Can Happen by Ellie Goulding, and All the Way Up by Terror Squad, aka Remy Ma and Fat Joe, featuring Infrared Red Wine, whatever his name is, and French Toast Montana, aka one of the worst rappers ever. You know, I'll be back in a week. Again, got a lot of good stuff going on. If you didn't catch this at the very beginning, me and my wife are starting a new blog called Not the American Dream. You can check out the sneak peek at ntad.com. Come here. Ugh. It's just my baby girl. She's cute and stuff. I like her personally. And now I'm on Snapchat and I'm on Twitter. Really big deal. So find me at that, twitter.com/TheilSmith. Are you gonna start a blog soon? She's gonna start a blog soon. So watch out for Diana Rose Williams, the blog, the movie, the TV show. Rated X for extreme. And new music coming. You know, a collaboration between me and Mad Angler is in the works. If you don't know who Mad Angler is, you're stupid. This cat is local hip hop at its finest. So I'm blessed with the opportunity to have made a beat that he's even remotely considering. I just want to put a song out there with the two of us on it. So look out. Yeah, she's excited. So look out for that. Twitter, Snapchat, new blog post at thefrozenway.com. Check that out. We're going to get out of here now. So Rants and Raves, Volume 6. Episode 6, coming very soon. I'll see you guys in 7 days, okay? You say bye? You say bye? Yeah, she can do it. She's not going to.